and welcome to another pick-a card. Today's reading is going to be Do They Miss Me? Let's get on to it. I can't do a super fancy pick-a-card reading because Wi-Fi issues this week, but we will prevail. We will press on. So first pile is going to be this deck. Second pile, this deck. And third pile, this deck. Okay, so let's get into it. Pile number one, do they miss you? Do they miss you? Pile number one, do they miss you? How many is this? It's one more than I wanted, but we will take it. We have the Eight of Pentacles, the Three of Swords, the Four of Wands reversed, the Eight of Swords, the King of Wands, the Six of Pentacles, and the Ace of Pentacles reversed. Yes, they miss you. You guys might have been married or have lived together because we have the Four of Wands reversed. Four of Wands here is a very, it's a wonderful life card, right? Happy home, happy family, Christmas time, families all getting together. Whenever it's reversed, it's like you are outside of that family dynamic. I especially see that with the Eight of Pentacles. The Eight of Pentacles is a little different in this deck than the traditional meaning. We see this bald-headed tattooed lady looking in on a tattooed shop, or maybe it's a man. I always thought it was a lady. Oh, it is a lady. She got boobs. But she's looking in on this tattoo shop, and it's sort of a spy card, right? So she's spying, and she's trying to figure out how to be as good as this tattoo artist. And then we also have the Ace of Pentacles reversed, and the Ace of Pentacles in this deck shows a lady who is holding a set of keys, and she's outside of a mansion. So I definitely get the sense of feeling like they've been kicked out of a home. We have the Three of Swords here. The Three of Swords is part about heartache, grief, loss. In this deck, we see an old bitter lady who is poking a voodoo doll because she's bitter and resentful. So I don't get the sense that this person is bitter and resentful. I get the sense that they are scared that you are going to be bitter and resentful, that you are going to not take them back, shut them out, and I feel like this person feels ashamed. The Eight of Swords in this deck, we see a half-naked woman covered by a blanket, and she's holding her head in her hand and running down this hallway, and it's a very, like, walk of shame card to me. So they might have, put the pickle in a jar they shouldn't have put the pickle in. And now they feel ashamed about it. Now they can't believe they did that. They can't believe they gave into those impulses. And they're really scared that you're not going to take them back. But I do feel like they are planning on, one, giving you a gift. The Six of Pentacles in this deck, we see a gift basket at someone's door. So I feel like they are going to give you sort of a peace offering to make up for this situation, because they might not have the words to describe what happened. There might be too much shame, and they might not know how to, like, break your wall of disappointment if they did disappoint you. And they're keeping an eye on you to sort of see, like, how to be the best man for you, how to be, or woman, but how to be the best person for you, right? Like, how to get in your good graces. But the King of Wands is a leadership card. The King of Wands is someone who takes action, who's very funny, sexy, popular, and really inspires everyone, motivates everyone. So he or she, this person wants to be more of a leader in their lives, be more of a leader in your lives, wants to give you that peace offering, wants to make amends, but they're just not sure how to do it. So, knowing that they are watching you, a suggestion I would make is to, if this is like an online situation, maybe post more things online about, like, the perfect person for you, right? And whoever wants to be that person can step up, right? But they're definitely taking note, right? But, you know, I would warn against any sort of bitterness in this, like, in this reveal of who would be perfect for you, right? Like, I don't want any more man who does this. But instead, you know, show them that this is what I expect out of a partner, right? Like, I would love to one day have someone who loves me as much as I love them. Or, it's really sexy when a guy texts me good morning, or whatever it is for you, right? It's different for everyone. But try to lean on the more positive side, because they really need encouragement, and any sort of negativity is going to slow down the process and make them feel like they can't leave this situation and there's no hope to recuperate, right? I love you very much. Let me know if that resonated. Like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye. Okay, deck number 2. Do they miss you? Do they miss you? Ugh. That one wanted to come out. Very sweet. 10 of Cups. Probably. They probably miss you. 10 of Cups is the happily ever after card. Also got a message just now. The first pile was about regret and ashamed of what they've done. I feel like this has a little similar message, but maybe positive. We'll have to see the other cards, but I got the message because of this rainbow. I was thinking about the Noah's Ark story and how God showed Noah a rainbow after the flood happened as like a promise that it wouldn't happen again. So I feel like this is a double meaning of like happiness and joy, happy family, happily ever after, but also an understanding that whatever mistakes took place in the past, that both parties promise not to do X, Y, and Z again. Okay, pile number 2. Do they miss you? Pile number 2. Do they miss you? One more shuffle. Ace of Cups reversed. Ace of Swords reversed. 9 of Wands reversed. The Devil reversed. Lots of reversals. And the Knight of Cups. Aw, sweet, sweet. Okay, so yes, they miss you. They're crying. Ace of Cups is my crying card. So they weeping, they tearing up. And they might have tried to put on a strong act in the past. The 9 of Wands is kind of a card about putting up walls, right? Sort of blocking, stonewalling. They might have blocked you and are about to unblock you. With the Ace of Swords reversed, this is a lie, an untruth. It could be any number of things. It can be lying to themselves, or flat out, like, you know, lying about a side chick or whatever it is. But I feel like with the 9 of Wands, and with the Devil reversed, they're sort of realizing some lies they told to themselves, realizing some untruths they told to themselves because they were guarded, and now they are letting go of those lies, letting go. Those lies that they told themselves were becoming burdens. Maybe they protected them and at a certain time in their life, right? Protected them from getting involved with the wrong partners, but for some reason that pattern turned into something that was toxic, something that was addictive, something that they were bound to, and that wasn't serving them. So right now they're sort of releasing, reviewing old patterns of these untruths that they told themselves in an effort of self-preservation. But now they're letting go of those untruths and letting go of old ways that they were bound to. And at the end, we have the Knight of Cups, which means they're going to come in with a love offer. So yes, they miss you. They're just trying to get get it right. Get it right. Get it time. Sorry, that song popped into my head. But they're trying to get right within themselves, right? They don't want to make these. They don't want to keep making these patterns, and maybe they weren't even necessarily aware of all of these untruths until, there was a separation. And now that they're able to reflect by themselves, they are aware of those untruths where it might have been, deep unconscious things that weren't brought to their attention until you guys broke up. Let me know if that resonated. I love you very much, and I will see you next time. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And if you would like a personal reading, check the description box below. I love you. Bye. Okay, number 3. Do they miss you? 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 Number 3. Do they miss you? Number 3. Do they miss you? Number 3, do they miss you? One more shuffle. Do they miss you? 4 of Swords, Judgments, 5 of Staffs, 4 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Swords reversed. Group 3, it's possible that they miss you with this Judgment card, but for the overall reading, and I know a lot of you aren't going to like this, but I feel like they're just sort of like working on themselves, like they're really not thinking of anyone, and it really has nothing to do with you. We have the 8 of Swords. It's a card about entrapment, and so it's reversed, so it's like freeing yourself, and Judgment is a card about freeing yourself too. It's a card about liberation, about moving away from the hellscape of the world and up into heaven, rising to a higher calling. So with the 8 of Swords and with Judgment, it's kind of like they're ascending, they're in their spiritual ascension, and they are rising up above old thought patterns that kept them stuck, that kept them down, that kept them tied to, a hellish life. I think with this 4 of Swords, they're taking a break from love, dating, relationships, and so I feel like they're actually, like, if you are scared that this person is a player, I feel like with this combination together, it's like they're kind of tired of that game. Like, they're tired of being a player. They are tired of the complications that it causes, the hurt that it causes, the, like, anxiety of trying to keep, 2-3 people in line and remembering who said what and all of that, and sort of like the pretense of dating in general. I feel like, they are tired of telling their story on dating, on online dating profiles. I feel like they're tired of just the whole courtship game and how it's done. And so they're sort of like holding on to this rest, holding on to this break, and holding on to just sort of doing them and being single and not having to deal with anyone else. With the Nine of Pentacles, it's a card about independence and being in your own personhood, and just sort of like loving life without needing anyone else, right? So I feel like they are like relishing in this. I feel like they are sort of savoring this break period, and it's not so much that they don't miss you. It's not as strong as the other two piles, but it's more like they're just working on themselves, and it's not personal to any one person, right? It's not a rejection or a clear devotion of love. It's just, I feel like this person is tired of the old games, just working on themselves and savoring just time spent with themselves. And it can be a lot of fun to hang out with yourself. I am my own best company, okay? You do like weird stuff by yourself. Dress up fruit and I don't know, any other weird stuff you do that you have to sort of not immediately expose to the person you're dating, right? Because they might think you're too weird. But I think they're just having fun with themselves, and they don't really miss anyone right now. They don't miss dating. They don't miss doing anything. They might come back with this judgment. They might return. This is like the second chance, rising above. But, so that is possible, but at this very moment, this is timeless reading, so anytime you watch this is when you're meant to hear this. At this moment, they just want to be single. They just want to have fun with themselves. I hope that resonated. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you would like a personal reading, check the description box below. I love you very much. Bye. Bye-bye.